Welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
My name is Rebecca Herrera, and I'm the Membership Director of the Chamber of Commerce. Our President, Janine McKenna, couldn't make it, but she sends her regards. I'm so excited to have today our Dean of Emporia State School of Business, Mr. Ed Bashaw, and Director of Research and Outreach Center, did I say that right?
Cybersecurity, yep.
Of Cybersecurity, and the Internship Coordinator at Emporia State University, Letitia Rust. Thank you so much for being here today. And that was a mouthful.
It really is.
Yeah.
You did beautifully though. Beautifully.
Well, thank you.
It's good to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
We're happy to be here and happy to talk about a couple of things that are important to us today. So thanks for giving us the opportunity to share.
Absolutely. But before we get started, I'll start with you, Ed. Tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, and your role.
Okay. Well, I've been. This will be my 8th year here, and I came as Dean of the School of Business, and I just got a promotion to Dean of the School of Business and Technology.
Oh, well, there you go.
And I'm also right now for the fall semester, I'll be the acting dean for Applied Health Sciences.
Oh, nice.
So kind of help them organize themselves really starting the fall. But so I've been the dean for this will be my 18th year as a dean someplace. I was a faculty member in Arkansas at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, and before that I worked in sales and marketing and for 7 years, and most notably probably the General Mills would be the company people would have heard of, and in several different places. So I've been around the block a little bit.
Nice. Well, thank you for being here.
Mm-hmm.
And Letitia, tell me a little bit about yourself and your role.
Well, very good. Again, thanks for having us. So I am also in almost my 8th year at the School of Business, but my 12th year at Emporia State. I've also been around the block a little bit too in different jobs, various jobs, car dealerships, finance, banking systems, corporate mom and pop shops, and also engagement. So working with students is really a passion of mine, and so this job has taken me to another level to be able to do that. So I'm really excited about internships and working with students in cybersecurity.
Oh, nice. So help me understand the internship program. Tell me a little bit about it. How did it start, and how can the students sign up for it, or like how are they eligible for it?
Okay, I think you're looking at me. That means I'm talking. Okay, so I think internships are not a new thing. Okay,
Right.
They're not a new thing, but I think the emphasis on those have gotten greater, particularly here. Our as a university, and certainly as a School of Business and Technology, the emphasis is on high impact learning, and that's at the top of the food chain for us as an internship. We want people to come into our classes, speak to our classes. We want our students to work on projects and things that prepare them for the workplace, so they have a hopefully realistic previews. And so more and more, I think having an internship has become like virtue signaling for a student to say, "Hey, I'm good. I know how it goes. Yes, I do have an internship." And so virtually every student that has an internship is going to get hired within 2 or 3 months of graduation, most of them before. And so we use that and we put a lot of effort in, hence the internship coordinator of trying to get more of those internships so that the students can benefit. And what we had a donor that had thought, it's a really good idea for these students to have internships, and he's thinking about it from a community building standpoint. He said, and I agree, he said, Emporia has a lot of things to offer a young professional that they might not know about if they're just a student at Emporia State. So he's donated money. The Chamber's taken advantage of that in a big way. Thank you very much. And so his $5 an hour goes on top of whatever the chamber member would want to pay on an hourly rate for that. And his idea was for local internships. So these are all local internships so that they get a feel for the community of Emporia, the professional community of Emporia, and get a realistic preview in hopes that they would like what they saw, like the opportunities that are available, and would hence stay in as a further building of our community here in Emporia.
Nice. Letitia, what types of internships do you guys have, and do you offer, and who do you collaborate with?
We like to collaborate with anyone that would like to have an intern at their company. So we have them from agriculture to wind farms. I mean,
Perfect.
it's all the way across the board. Some of them that we have had in the past, we do Spirit Aerosystems in Wichita. We've done Koch Industries. We've also done majority here locally in Emporia and Lyon County. Sweet Granada. We've done actually here at the chamber.
One next door.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So we do a lot of, Newman's Regional Health. They also have some internships also available. So we really have a lot to offer our students. So anything that they may be interested in, they can always come and say, I would like to do an internship in this. And we would reach out to companies that would fit that for them and help them to get that internship. However, we can do that.
That's wonderful. So, how can we integrate this with the cybersecurity internships? Like, how does this correlate?
Right, it correlates really well because cybersecurity is one of the largest growing industries where they need employees. And technically, there's how many million jobs out there? There's a lot of cybersecurity jobs that need to be filled. And so internships help those students to get not only the experience that they need in cybersecurity with that hands-on, high-impact learning, but also gets them accustomed to working in that environment. So on their resume, they can put down that they have the college education that they need, and they also have the experience through the internships to be able to get them a great job. And so that's kind of what that role kind of all ties together.
That's really going to be a big deal for the community. That we were the cybersecurity, we call it the CyROC, Cybersecurity Research and Outreach Center.
That makes sense.
And we got it because we're in a rural area, and it was one of those things that we'd worked on other grants before unsuccessfully, and just kind of tweaked this grant that we saw we had the opportunity. We thought, why not? And so we in fact got that grant, and then ongoing funding from the state legislature. So they believe in it as well. It's going to be big for the community, because that's who we're trying to reach. So folks that are listening to this if Letitia's there, that's the person that they really want to meet, because what I don't want to get lost is that those internships will be they'll be okay. We talked about how they can get paid and the donor that helped with that, but they're gonna know a lot of stuff. So they're not just gonna come and say, I know some general stuff, but they're gonna know some very specific, some technical things to be able to help small businesses, for example. Some of those might be at a cost if they want to hire them. Some of them we're going to be planning on putting together things that I think our internships are going to help us with programs designed to get maybe that initial awareness on some of the things, the common sense things I think that businesses can do to protect themselves. But I think that's what we're going to be known for in the School of Business and Technology down the road is having this center and all of the things that we're able to do because of that.
That's amazing. And I love, everything that you guys stand for, and, the School of Business and how much you guys do for the community. But how do you help your interns? What kind of support and guidance do you give them with the internships?
I can start that, and then you can clean up my mess.
Okay,
How about
that'll work.
So a big part of, if you get an Emporia State University internship, it has to meet some criteria.
Right.
So the job is not just come in here and make tea, right?
Yeah.
Although that could be part, in this case, that could be part of it, but it's much more than that. It's pre-professional.
Right.
And so what we're looking is to place those students in pre-professional situations so that they can learn what they've been studying in school. Makes sense, okay? I've learned this, and now it all kind of fits together, and now I'm kind of gauging in the environment. But so that is transcripted, okay? And so while you might think all you got to do is work and get 1, 2, or 3 credit hours. Well, no, that's not correct. So that's just a summer job in some cases,
Right,
if that's all
right.
they're doing is working. But they've tied it to a professor. So a professor has to work with them. The professor and or Letitia works with the business and gives them, kind of a midterm exam, and then a final exam as the employer talks to the student, because they need feedback. In many cases, this would be their first kind of professional experience.
Right.
So that's good as well. And so the students have to fit that into their curriculum somehow. And so it's not just we throw them out there, find some money for them, knock yourself out. It's a guided experience.
That's wonderful.
I don't really know what else I can clean up. You did a really good job.
You
I
did.
mean,
You really did.
The only thing I can say is really that professors will also be somewhat of a mentor for the students that are in the internships, and if there's any problems or anything like that, or any questions that they may or may not want to ask that employer, they can always come to their professor or myself, and we can have them work through any kind of issues, but we've never really had that happen. So they're there as a resource just in case if that were ever needed.
Wonderful. So I have a question for well, any of you,
Okay.
actually. So do you have a success story of a student that went through the intern program and is now part of the community and it, has really outshined?
Yeah, I've got one. Maybe it's the same one. And the reason I call it, I have about 25 success stories,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because they all learn something. Sometimes it's like, well, I don't want to do that for a living.
Yeah.
And that's good
That
information,
is,
right?
Right.
Absolutely.
But this is not that. So it might be, I'd prefer not, I didn't get permission, I didn't talk to the donor, so I don't want to reveal who he is, but he has a connection to Hopkins. And
That's what I was gonna talk about.
so we had a student, Letitia and I did the Dean's Leadership class. And we talked about these internships, and a particular student had thought, okay, that's a good thing. I don't know anything at all about Hopkins, but she responded to a Hopkins internship advertisement or something like that. Maybe she found out about it, and it was in marketing, and so she thought okay, that's good. I don't know, and then so she liked it. She liked Hopkins. She liked the organization. She liked what they were doing. She liked her supervisor and bosses and all of that kind of stuff. And ultimately, she got hired to work there. So Emporia was not really on her radar.
It was not.
So she was going to do something else. She's not from here, but because she got that internship, because she had a good taste, because I think the guided experience worked well for her. Hopkins did a great job with her, giving her wonderful things to work on. And so our donor's happy, I'm happy, and it worked out really well. And we got the big winner is the city of Emporia, the community of Emporia, because Rebecca, I'll give her first name, is going to be an outstanding citizen and community member.
And I'll tack on just a little bit to that too.
And it's not me, Rebecca.
Right.
Because I'm 23.
That's right.
That's what I thought.
And the other part of that is it took a lot of stress off of that student to have to think about trying to find a job right after graduation. So she did her internship and they offered her the job before she even graduated. So she knew going into her last several weeks or months of her last semester of school that she could focus on finishing strong and not have to worry about trying to find that job afterwards because of her internship. So it worked out really well for her. So
That is wonderful. So Ed, how can employers reach out to be a part of the internship program?
Sure. All your Chamber of Commerce members, that's part of the benefit for being in the chamber. So the applications are pretty simple to fill out. So either on your website or I think probably you guys will send something out late in the summer to get people ready for the fall rush on that, and they'll see the opportunities they have to sign up for that. So the hope is this: if you think it's close, we can do it, we might not, so that this might push you over the hump to get you to take a chance on an internship. And maybe I need 1.5, and I don't need, but this may be a good deal. So I might hire 2 instead of 1, and give them real projects to work on. And I think you'll be amazed. I think the chamber members will be amazed at the work that the students turn in and submit as part of what they're working on.
That is so wonderful. Before we wrap up, Letitia, what is one word of advice that you give employers and that you give students as well that want to participate in the internship? Like, how can they reach out to the person in charge and the employers? What can you tell them that would make them want to be a part of it?
Oh man.
And Ed, the same question to you.
I'll be on the hot seat here. I think one piece of advice that I would say is to just do it. An experience is an experience, and we grow from those experiences. That goes for the employer side and then also the student side. So if they think that they may be interested in an internship, whether to have one or to apply for one, they should just do it, because you never know what kind of relationships that you're going to get out of that and what kind of experiences. So
that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking
Yeah.
Nike, just do it. Right? but that's really part
I
of it.
love
So
it.
a lot of our students need a little more encouragement.
Right.
Because, well, I'm not ready. I don't want to show anybody my resume right now. But no, you just let somebody else look at it and then send it out and see what happens. What have you got to lose? Right? You know, you need a job. Most of our students do. They work someplace. Why not get one of these pre-professional jobs that can, you know, shows a work ethic if I work, you know, on a street crew somewhere. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And do that. Probably make decent money doing that as well. But this is a little bit more. It's more targeted towards their area. And so, you know, my encouragement to them is, you know, you're coming to university and you're coming to major in business because you want to be a business professional. So you need to follow a professional path. And this is what a professional will do, are gonna seek out these experiences. And when you do, people are gonna see that you've had an internship on there. Whatever bot looks at those things and sorts resumes into the good pile and the not good pile. The good pile is certainly going to have internship on it that they read, and that just increases their odds of getting a job when they get out of school.
Absolutely. Well, before we finish, I have a sweet tip. Are you guys ready for my sweet tip?
I'm ready.
Hello, and welcome to today's sweet tip of the day. I want to let you know how you can apply for an intern through the School of Business. All you have to do is go to our website. Let me show you how. So we're going to come here to our website, emporiakdschamber.org. Once you're on our website, you're going to go to Get Involved. And the third one on the left under Events and Programs, you're going to click on Community Internship. Once you click on it, this is going to come up. It tells you the requisites that are needed, employer's agreement, the agreement that we have with them. All you have to do is fill it out and submit. That easy. And then someone will get in contact with you. I hope you enjoyed today's sweet tip of the day. Have a good day.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. Cheers.
Thanks for the opportunity. Cheers.
See you next time.
Okay.